What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Sunday, and I hope you had a great weekend. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, taking a look at the formations we're in and what I'm looking for a breakout and possible trade setups. Also, friendly reminder, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's totally free. Awesome community, guys. If you love crypto, you love the community. And stick around to the end of the video. We will be picking our random comment for our t-shirt winner. So let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you are new here and you haven't already, definitely click the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified. I do daily updates every single day. Also, smash those likes, guys. Leave your comments. It really helps the video out, and it is totally free for you. So, all right, looking at these two formations here, I posted it on my Twitter yesterday when I noticed it and put it in here. Just to keep an eye on it, I am looking for a breakout of this area. I just want to point out real quick, we take a percentage move here from where we broke out of this one and had our big 40% gain, or close to 40. Well, it was 40% gain if you measured from the bottom, but I'm measuring from the breakout. It's about a 38% gain. We went from 7,500 all the way to 10,300. Now, if this was to play out the same way, if we do break up from this formation, a 38% move would get us up to the 12,300, which is also old resistance. Definitely a possibility. Want to look at that. Also, there is a measured move. If we measure this as a flagpole from the breakout, and if we do break up from here, from this, the breakout measured move is around 11,700, right in that area. Well, actually, put that up a little bit. Sorry about that. It is actually 11,900, which would be also aligning with old resistance. So I'm looking for a target there. If we break up out of this and break through this descending resistance line here. Now let's get over to the weekly chart, and we'll take a closer look at it. Like I said, then we'll look at Litecoin, and then we'll look at Ethereum. Let's see where we're at here. So we've been looking at this as a giant bull flag. We're going to take the longer term look at it, then we're going to zoom in. So looking at this as a bull flag, our measured move from where we broke out is around the 13.6. That would be measuring it just as a falling channel. And then if we measure from the breakout over here, from the 5,500 range, measure that as a flagpole, put it up, that would get us to the 17.7. The next measured move is from the breakout on April 1st, measuring that as a flagpole, bringing it up to the top. That gets us to 19.2. So let's dig in a little bit further, go into the daily, and we'll take a look at what I'm watching here. And if we look at the daily, as you can see, I have this falling wedge. It also could be drawn as a channel, and I'll show you how. If I just clone this bottom line, and we'll take a look at this too, so make sure. There's going to be quite a bit of information I'm going to try to squeeze in here, guys. But yeah, if we put this up here, and this could be looked at as a channel too, also would be a bull flag. So I'm not sure which way to look at that. Let's get rid of that right now. And if we were to take a measured move of this right here from the top, from where we broke out, and that would, if we broke out in this area somewhere, that would get us up to the 11.9. So that's the measured move from this. We already took a look at that, but just another one. And let's go into, if we look here also, I want to point this out. The volume is declining rapidly. We are going to be making a move soon, whether it be down or up. My bias is up. And let's look at the RSI. So in the RSI, we had this falling channel, broke out of it over here into this falling wedge. Now, do we come back down to test this? And if we did, by looking at the price action, that could be a pretty big move down to between the 82 and 8,500. We'll take a look at that, like I said, in the lower time frames. But as you guys know, I think the top of this bull flag is holding pretty well. So I'm actually not, I don't actually think we're going to go down to these lower 82, 85 area, but we could. I could be wrong. Let's look at the 4 hour and we'll take a look at what I'm looking at for trades. And if you guys are interested in leverage trading, which I don't suggest high leverage, but if you want to dabble in it, go smaller leverage, I will leave a link to my Bybit tutorial up here. And if you use my link for the Bybit, that's in the description below. If you use that link, you get a $60 bonus for signing up and making a deposit. Also, there's a Prime XBT down there that you get a 35% bonus for signing up with. So if you guys are interested in dabbling in leverage trading, check it out. It is very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing to go high leverage. So I suggest if you're just starting out, go really low leverage if you are going to try it. All right, so looking at the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we had this rising, broadening wedge. We didn't quite get a touchdown here. So looking, if we did go down to that lower low, which would be, like I said, about the 8,500 range, that would give us one more test of this bottom. It doesn't mean we have to, guys. We could come up here and pop through this falling channel, which would be really bullish in the 4 hour if we did that. We get a rejection here and come back down, like I said, we could be testing that 8,500 area. One more thing I want to point out over here. I've noticed people were saying this is bearish divergence because we're going straight across here and going, let me zoom in so you can see it and spread this out a little bit. But bearish divergence being this is going straight across and we're making higher highs in the RSI. But we look over here, we were making lower lows in the price action, higher highs in the RSI right here, which would be bearish divergence, but it ended up, we know what happened after that. Huge move. Back over to here. All right, so what I'm looking at here, guys, for trade opportunity for myself is looking at a break of this top trend line here. It's right around the 88.90 range. I will put a long in there with, you know, I'm actually more apt to put a long up here if we break this 89.22. So maybe put a long in around 89.25, and I would put a stop just below that around the 8,900 range just to be safe. So if it was to turn back down, I wouldn't be, you know, risking that much to gain quite a bit of run. Now, if we break down below this, I would do the same thing. I will put a short below this trend line here and put a stop loss just above it. Now, let's look at the measured moves here. So if we were to continue up and break up from here, there's a couple different ways to measure this. Measure this as a descending triangle that we broke out of. I'm kind of iffy on that now. I'm more looking at this wedge, so I am going to, but we'll look at the breakout of that wedge from a measured move from there, and that gets us up to around the $10,500, $10,600 range. There's also another way I want to measure this real quick, guys, and show you how I was looking at it. Let me get rid of this line. I'm going to clone this line here, and we were looking at this as a possible channel. And if we did the measured move from that, measuring it as a bull flag, this 9,300 range is pretty significant. I do believe if we break that, you know, that will be a sign that we're definitely going bullish again. But let me put that up there. That gets us to the 12.3 range also, which is old resistance. Now let me put this as the measured move from measuring this as a triangle, but putting it up to the top. That also lines right up, guys, with that 10,900, which was huge resistance back here. I do believe we'll probably fight in that area for a little bit, maybe get up to 10.9, come and check support for the 10.5 to break through, and then if we can make support of the 10.9, I think that's going to be pretty damn bullish. In the bearish case scenario, we will look at this as one more bullish case. If we measure this as the flagpole, this being a bear flag, obviously it goes down. We'll take a measured move of that in a second, but a break up of that would line right up with that 9,300 range, using that as the measured move. Now let's bring it down here. If we were to break down, we could stay in this range for another day or so, guys, but you know, it is possible we break out of it today too, one way or another. But the measured move off that is around the 8,400 if we did drop from here. But also, guys, remember my Fibonacci retracement levels, 85 and 79 right here. And I will put that up real quick so you guys can see it. Bring it up to the top. And that's the first one. That's the 0.618. And then we have the 0.786 down here at 79.99, around 8,000. So like I said, guys, I'm looking bullish here. This looks a lot like the same play as we had right here. Like I said, we were getting bearish divergence here, but it went up, and we're getting bearish divergence here. The same thing. It looks like the same pattern. It also, we can look at, I didn't do it. We'll look at the daily. And I was talking about this for us to get a big move. The CME's open tonight. It might wait till after that. But it does look like in the daily that our 8 is getting ready to cross out 13 here. We were looking to get a golden cross here the other day, and we had this drop. It turned it around, but I do believe we could most likely turn it around here and go up tonight or tomorrow, I'm looking for. But like I said, it could go down, but I am looking for a more bullish move here. Another way I wanted to look at this real quick. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. Did I already get rid of the fibs? I did. Okay. Get rid of this now too. Put this back over here. All right, sorry guys. So I wanted to look at what happened before a big move. If you look at the EMAs here, how they were coming down, and when it got right along there, it was resistance until we broke through all of them, going straight up in that big move. Same thing's happening here, guys. They're coming down. I do believe we could be seeing a huge move up. Just my opinion. And I showed you my targets. That's what I'm looking at. Go over to Litecoin. Same thing. Looking at this falling wedge in the daily, we have a measured move from where we broke out over here, $114. And if we look at the EMAs, they are turning up. We're getting, the 8 was crossing the 55 here. It's looking like, obviously, this candle's turning down a little bit. We're still getting resistance up here, but we keep testing this. If you guys watched the last few days, I did have a target of 64.35 to test this top again. We almost made it up there. We got to 64.11. And again, I'm using COINBASE for the charting, just because I think it's more accurate because there's more USDT in there. So anyways, we were looking at this here as a possible bull flag with the measured move of the breakout, the 72.79, which also lines up with the daily 200 EMA. I'm still looking at that. There is also, we could look at this whole thing as an ascending triangle bull flag, and if we break up, that would get us to the 78.60, which actually makes a lot of sense because we have a older resistance line that goes straight up there. So I would be probably looking for resistance around that 78.60. Come back down, test the 200 EMA for support, and continue up from there. And let's go into the RSI. Looking at the RSI, we were following this yesterday, this rising wedge here, and we are back above the resistance on this falling channel. So right now it's looking bullish, but again, guys, these rising wedges could be bearish, and we could come back down and get another touch down here, which would be the bearish case scenario, which we will take a look at. Go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, we seem to be in a falling channel and look like we're coming up to test the top one more time. And if we do break that, you know, we could have a nice bullish move up here, which would follow along with Bitcoin if Bitcoin has a huge move. Let's look at the price action, take a look at the targets. First, we'll take a look at the bearish targets, which all I used for that is the Fibonacci extension or Fibonacci retracement from the swing low over here to the swing high. And that gets us to the 0.382 we already hit over here. This is the 0.5 at 55.78. Next point of support would be 53.84. Final point of support would be 53.93. Now let me get this out of the way and we'll look at the more bullish scenario. As you guys know, I already talked about hitting up here. We do have a resistance line I drew off of these peaks over here. We've had actually 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on it, and that I believe will get resistance right there around the 68.84 range. If we break this, maybe come back down and test this for support. That might be a good entry if you are trading Litecoin, and then continue up from there. Also, if we break down, then these are the targets I'm looking at here. We did a measured move of this. If we broke down in this area, if it went in here a couple more days or a day or two, we'd be looking around the $50 range. So that does line up most likely with the Fibonacci, guys. But like I said, I'm pretty bullish here. I do believe we'll most likely break up to the top here because we have tested this. We are weakening this line, this trend line. And like I said, by the look of this, we should have at least one more nice move up. So I believe that'll end up breaking this. So let's look at, I think that's about it for Litecoin. Same thing in Ethereum. We took a look at this yesterday, just still looking at this triangle, looking for a break. And the same thing here. You can trade Ethereum, XRP, and what else? I think EOS on Bybit. So don't forget to use my link for a $60 discount if you do want to play these. But this is the move I'm looking at for Ethereum. A break at the top of this, I would put a long in and then put a stop loss just below the line. Over here, I would put a short in if it fell down and a stop loss just above it. And mind you, when I do these trades like that, guys, I try to move my stop loss into profit after, you know, it makes a nice move in whichever direction I'm trading. Just so I'm safe. I know I'm not losing anything. All right, let's look at this as just a symmetrical triangle. So this would be my first target. If we broke out of here, would be 217. And if it broke down, 155. Those, I would most likely start collecting profit right up in these areas above the 200. I would probably start laddering out. If we measure this as a bull flag from the breakout down here, that would get us up to that 227. So like I said, I would start laddering out slowly up to here and then see what happens after that. And measuring that same flag from a breakdown, that'd be around the 147. I think that's a little less likely, but the 155 is definitely a possibility. We look at this here, we have, it looks like we're going to come up and test the top of this falling channel again. So this also looks like a bull flag in the RSI. So yeah, if we're going to come up and test here, that would match up with this trend line here. And if we don't break it, obviously we'd be coming down. But if we can close a 4 hour outside of this, most likely that would be breaking this formation and going to our upward targets. So on to the free t-shirt giveaway. Don't forget, my wife's webpage is inkyourimage.com. You can come in here, you can order t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, aluminum signs, beer koozies, and keep in mind she can put any crypto you want or anything you want on these, family pictures, whatever, so they make good Christmas gifts also. And it's a good, easy way to help support the channel, and you actually get something for supporting the channel. So, random comment picker. We're going to pick a video. I'm going to use this one here. It got the most views, next bull rally. And we're going to copy the link address, bring it over to the random comment picker, paste it in, load comments. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys, and leave your comments. Let's randomly pick a winner. And Mike Weber, you have won. Get a hold of me in my email. My email is in the link in the description below the video. Just get a hold of me. We'll figure out. I'll have proof it's you, and we'll get it sent out to you. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think Bitcoin's doing. And down in the comments below so I know you watched the end of the video. Hit 1 if you're bullish, 2 if you're bearish, 3 if you are undecided. All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a great day.